And Chu hits that one to left field. That one is hit well. Robinson back, looking up. That ball is gone. Shin-Soo Choo wins it in the 9th inning for the Tribe. A walk-off as the Indians end the losing streak. And Shin-Soo Choo, the hero.
Nice evening on the North Coast as Game 2 of the doubleheader between the Indians and Mariners is right around the corner. The Indians going for the sweep, trying to make it 4 consecutive doubleheader sweeps going back to last season. Good evening and welcome back to our broadcast here tonight along with Rick Manning. I'm Al Pulowski. Rick getting set for Game 2 here tonight. But Game 1 was a lot of fun, especially in the 9th inning when Shin-Soo Choo delivered and gave the Indians their first win in the last 5 games.
Well, when you set up the 9th inning, they were looking to lose this ball game, and then Carrera leads off with a double going to left field. That ball carried quite a bit, so he gives them a good start. Then Cabrera hits the ball on the ground. Why Ackley went to third base, I don't know. They didn't take the out. It puts the winning run on base, and Shin-Soo Choo ends it, hitting a home run to left field and another game-winning walk-off home run in Progressive Field, and they mob Chu at home plate, and what a day it was. You can see he's had a 7-game hitting streak, hitting over 400 with 2 home runs, 6 RBIs since his return, and he and his wife just had a baby yesterday, so that's good news for Chu and the Indians.
Yeah, definitely was the capper today. Shin-Soo Choo wins it in the 9th inning for the Tribe, so now they go for the sweep. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup for tonight, brought to you by Dodge. Visit Dodge.com or your local dealer today.
Well, both these guys getting called up for AAA to get this start. Zach McAllister will get the start. He was acquired in the Austin Kearns deal last year. He made 1 start. He came against the Blue Jays earlier. 4 innings, 5 hits, and a couple runs. This is a big guy. He's not overpowering. He needs to have command. Stay ahead of the hitters in the strike zone, and we'll see if he can put Seattle away and going for the sweep.
And Luis Valbuena optioned out to make room for McAllister on the roster tonight. He'll be taking on Vasquez, the left-hander for Seattle here in Game 2. And we're about set for that. It's all coming up next with the lineups and first pitch right after this.
In high def. Tribe and Mariners take 2 on Puppy Palooza night at Progressive Field. Game 2 of this day-night doubleheader. The Indians going for the sweep and also trying to take a 2-1 lead in this 4-game set with Seattle that concludes tomorrow at noon. Dogs having a good time. Fans here tonight having a good time getting ready for tonight's ball game. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Seattle Mariners. They will once again lead it off with Ichiro Suzuki. This time he's in right field, though not DHing. Then Gutierrez, Ackley, Carp, Willie Mopena, Kyle Seager, who in Game 1 was 3 for 4, moves up to the 6 hole. Then Brendan Ryan, Josh Bard, the former Indian, and Trayvon Robinson.
Zach McAllister, 23-year-old right-hander, 6'5", 230 pounds, will make his second start of the year for the Indians. First one came right before the All-Star break against the Toronto Blue Jays. Those are his numbers in that game.
Ball one from McAllister to Ichiro Suzuki, who was 1 for 3 in the first game today. 77 degrees at first pitch. And Suzuki, soft liner to second. That's corralled by Jason Donald, who gets the start there tonight, 1 away.
Let's take a look at that Indians defense, brought to you by Pat O'Brien Chevrolet, saluting the men and women defending our country and watching on the Armed Forces Network. Carrera in left, Fukudomi in center, Chu back in right. Hanahan at third, Cabrera at short, Donald at second, Santana is at first, and Lou Marson behind the plate.
And the umpires for tonight's game, Tom Hallion will call the balls and strikes with Bill Miller at first, Phil Cuzzy at second base, and Chris Conroy is at third. Franklin Gutierrez, who was 2 for 5 in the first game today of the doubleheader, takes ball one from Zach McAllister. He pops that one towards the third base side foul. Hanahan to give it a look and leans over. Did he hold on?
Yes.
Yes, he did. What a catch by Jack Hanahan.
Nicely timed. And he gets a little help from his friends in that dugout. But, boy, he got over there and just reached in at the right time and was able to hold on. This has got to be our McDonald's. I'm loving it. How can't you love a catch like this? Watch him get over there. They're saying, you're okay. All right, that's it. Boy, and he does snag it. Look at, he's laughing as he goes in there and stares at his teammates. Nice catch.
Went to the right dugout to do that, too. Yeah, it's some help.
He sure did. There were a lot of laughs going on there.
So 2 outs for McAllister. Dustin Ackley, the batter. And quickly it's 0-2 to him. Rookie second baseman 0 for 5 in the first game. Also committed that key error in the 9th inning. Count will stay 0-2 as Zach McAllister makes his second start this season for the Tribe, called up between games of the doubleheader. Luis Valbuena and back to Columbus. There's the numbers at Columbus this year for McAllister, as he has been very steady for the Clippers, 10-3, an ERA at 3.37. Came over in the Austin Kearns trade last year, Rick, and now Austin Kearns just was released by the Indians.
Right.
They still have Zach McAllister.
Yes, indeed. And this kid is only 23 years old.
There's a line drive right to the second baseman, Donald. Nice play. So some good defense in the first inning as the M's go 3 up, 3 down. Tribe coming to bat. Puppy Palooza Day. Dogs having a great night at the ballpark. It's their day thus far, and they're enjoying it. Let's take a look at the Indian starting lineup presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive, proud to be the official auto insurance provider of the Cleveland Indians. Carrera, Cabrera, and then Chu set a very good career against his former organization. Santana, Duncan, and Fukudomi, the middle third. Then Donald, Hanahan, and Marson rounded out.
Anthony Vasquez on the mound for the Mariners. He spent all the year at AA and AAA. There's his numbers at AAA, 4-3 record. He had a pretty good month of August, and I think that's why he got the call up.
Vasquez making his major league debut tonight. Ezekiel Carrera steps in. Zeke 3 for 5 in the first game today and a couple of doubles. He sends that one to left field. Trayvon Robinson moving over towards the line. Can't get it, but it's a foul ball. Well, that was awfully close to a catch and to being a fair ball,
yeah,
too.
It sure was. He made a sprint over there, and he realized he's getting close to that wall when you get into the fair foul territory, and you know you're getting close to the seats, and you have to have room to stop, and he didn't. But it just does go foul.
Robinson making a second consecutive start today. He started the first game as well. 1-2 now to Ezekiel Carrera. That's the average up to 265 now. And he punches that one to left field for a base hit. First tonight, fourth today. Takes a wide turn at first, but it'll hold right there.
Let's take a look at the Home Depot Seattle defense tonight. It's Robinson in left, Gutierrez in center, Ichiro at right. Seager at third, Ryan is at short, Ackley at second, Karp is at first with Bard behind the plate. More savings, more doing. That's the power of Home Depot.
Vasquez will keep an eye on Carrera as Asdrubal Cabrera steps to the plate.
That's a little tough, isn't it, with Carrera on, Cabrera hitting?
Yeah, you've got them all right next to each other in the lineup, sure. Cabrera had a rare 0 for 5 earlier today in game 1 of the doubleheader. Did reach on an error in the 9th inning, and eventually scored on that 3-run home run by Chu to win it. One and one the count. A swing and a miss, so 1-2. Cabrera batting .310 against lefties. Against righties, now hitting about .270. Sometimes odd for a switch hitter, Rick, that you would see bat better against lefties than righties, but Cabrera either is near the same or a little bit better against the left-handers.
Well, yeah, the bulk of the at-bats coming from the left side of the plate.
That's been true throughout most of his major league career. You look at his splits, they're pretty close, both right or left-handed. There was only 1 year he batted better against righties than he did lefties.
Yes, he did.
Couldn't check his swing there, and Bill Miller says he went too far, and it's strikeout number 1 tonight for Anthony Vasquez.
Yeah, he couldn't hold up that fastball that he throws by him upstairs. He wanted to go for it, realized it.
Let's take a look at our great clip of the game from earlier today, brought to you by Great Clips. Shin-Soo Choo in the 9th, a walk-off winner. 3-run blast. Indians win 7-5. Relax. You're at Great Clips. Fan caught that ball. I think we'll forever be on that highlight with that hug. The Indians win it earlier, now going for the sweep here tonight. Chu 2 for 4 in that game earlier today. There goes the runner. They got him picked off. Karp throws down to second, and the tag applied to Ezekiel Carrera by the shortstop Brennan Ryan, and that's 2 outs here in the first inning.
Well, going on first movement, but Vasquez throws it over there, and they pick him off. That'll be 1-3-6.
So 2 outs, nobody on for Chu, who takes strike 1 from Vasquez. Chu hits that one towards center. Coming on, Gutierrez dives, gets by him. That one will go to the wall. Chu around first, on his way to second, on his way to third. Steve Smith thinking about it for a moment, but he'll have to hold him right there at third base. So Chu at third now with 2 outs in the first.
Well, and that really was a play I don't think Gutierrez should have really gone after. You give the base hit here. If he misses the ball, you know it's going to get by him, and then you let a guy get in scoring position. And when you're in the center of the field, nobody can back you up. It's not a double, it's a triple. You see, Gutierrez just couldn't block it. He wasn't going to catch that ball, so that was not a smart move. But Chu's going to go all the way from home to third. He will be credited with a triple. That'll be his third of the year. And for the Indians, they're 21st.
And he's in scoring position for Carlos Santana, who was 1 for 3 earlier today and takes ball 1 inside. Santana also doing better against lefties than righties this year. .299 against left-handers, .215 against righties. 2-0 here with Shelley Duncan, the DH, tonight on deck.
Another guy, a left-hander that you're going to have to stay on and try and use the whole field. There's that changeup, 2-0. That was about 76 miles per hour, so tries to throw that fastball by you upstairs when you're not looking for it. That's how we got Cabrera right there at 85. So, I mean, this is a guy, he's not going to throw the fastball by you. You make him get his fastball down, and you can sort of look for his changeup and try and shoot him to right center field. Would be a nice approach. And this is just the first inning of looking at him.
Three and two now to Santana with 2 outs and Shin-Soo Choo at third base here in the first inning. Duncan would be next. Ball 4. So a walk for Santana. And now Shelley Duncan with 2 outs will bat with a couple aboard.
Josh Bard, the veteran's going to go out and talk to Vasquez, and he gets the second game of the doubleheader. Olivo caught last night's game, the first game of this doubleheader. So Josh Bard, the former Indian, will get the start in game 2.
Bard, another guy that's been around. Ball 1 there. So I've seen a lot of off-speed stuff early here from Vasquez.
Well, this is a guy that, from what I've seen, just 85 tops right now. So you're just going to have to, spread out. Don't try and kill it or do too much. Just keep a short swing.
Duncan hits that one high in the air to right center, shallow. Gutierrez will get under it, make the catch, and the Indians retired here in the first inning. So they get 2 aboard. Can't score them, though. We'll head to the second. Scoreless. McDonald's, the Mango Pineapple Real Fruit Smoothie has arrived. Also by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. And by AT&T. Great day, great evening for boating. Game 2 of the doubleheader, Indians and Mariners tried victorious in Game 1, 7-5. Game 2 belongs to the Dogs. Puppy Palooza night here tonight. We head to the second inning scoreless. Hitters 4, 5, and 6 in Eric Wedge's lineup. We'll come to the plate. Mike Karp, Willie Mopena, and Kyle Seager here against Zach McAllister. Karp fouls that one away on a play. Karp 0 for 4 in the first game with a couple of strikeouts. Had a 30-game reaching base streak snapped in the first game. McAllister ahead of him 1-2. .93 on that fastball for McAllister. That's his four-seamer. Also has a sinking two-seam fastball. Curveball, slider, and change as well. And
nice
strike
pitch.
3 called. Yep.
Nice pitch. Four-seamer outside edge gets his first strikeout. Let's check that pitch out on our Time Warner Cable pitch tracker. Four-seam fastball hits his target. Marson sitting right on the outside edge. There it is.
One out in the second for Willie Mopena. We'll take strike one. Sat out the first game. Pitch just off the plate. Well, we saw Pena earlier this season with Arizona hit a home run against the Tribe and a big home run.
Walk
for Cincinnati. Hit some big homers against the Indians as well.
Well, this guy has been one that always has power. He came in and hit about 3 or 4 home runs for the D-backs, and I mean they were big for him. But he just wasn't going to fit into the plans. A guy that has always, had great power as much as anybody, but a man without a position. Remember him playing in Cincinnati. He went to Boston. He's been all over. He's like one of those guys. If you have a pitcher with just a great arm, and you hate to get rid of him, teams are going to try.
Grounder to short as Asdrubal Cabrera on the run. Second out of the inning. All right, let's take a look at our evening AT&T trivia question. Since World War II, 2 players have won an American League batting title while playing for a last-place team. Name them. Answer coming up later in the broadcast, our AT&T trivia question for Game 2. There's a shot to left field by Kyle Seager. That's fair. And it takes a bounce and goes into the stands. It'll be a ground rule double.
Tell you what, this kid had a pretty good first game, and he's off to a good start here in the second game. Seager had 3 knocks. So he has 4 in the doubleheader. He slices this ball down the line. Little pitch that I don't think he located it exactly where he wanted to, but you can see it spin into the seats right down the line. So the first hit for the Mariners, a 2-out double.
So Seager now 4 for 5 in the doubleheader. That'll bring Brendan Ryan to the plate. He was a pinch runner in the 9th inning earlier. It's the start here in Game 2. He swings at the first pitch. Hanahan makes the nice play as he moved to his left, threw him out. Mariners retired here in the second inning. They waste the double by Seager. Still scoreless. Your dog to the ballpark night, Puppy Palooza. Plenty of fans taking advantage.
There's some big dogs here this evening.
There are. They all look happy, too. All right, and congratulations to Shin-Soo Choo. Look at that. 24 hours later, we've got a fan with the sign. If you didn't hear, his third child, Abigail, was born yesterday, 7 pounds. So congrats to Shin-Soo Choo and his family. There's Choo and won the first game today.
Yeah,
that
yes,
walk-off
he did.
home.
Walk-off fashion. 6th time they've hit a walk-off home run in this ballpark. 15th walk-off win. So that was a little magic. They went from winning that game, he thought, to losing that game, and then they come right back in the bottom of the 9th to win it.
Kosuke Fukudome hitting now. 2-1 the count. Fukudome with the good first game. 3 for 4 with a couple of doubles. And he hits that one deep to right field. If that stays fair, forget it. Forget it. Deep into the bullpen. Fukudome. A home run for the Tribe. 1-0 Cleveland.
Well, his very first home run as an Indian, and his 9th RBI will give him their first run. We're going to take a look at that home run replay, which is brought to you by Great Clips. Great needs, great deeds, great clips. And boy, that, I don't know if that was a changeup or what, but it stayed right on his plane, and he hit it into their bullpen. So a home run for Fukudome.
Fukudome is now 4 for 5 on the day, going back to game 1 of the doubleheader. Getting some congrats for that homer. Boy, he has really hit the ball well this past week. Here's Jason Donald with the grounder to short. Ryan throw across, 1 down. Now Jack Hanahan to the plate with 1 out, nobody on. Fukudome now in his last 17 games, 23 for 73, batting over 300. And he goes yard for the first time here tonight in game 2 of this doubleheader. Fukudome's last home run came on June 16th against Milwaukee when he played for the Cubs. So it's been over 2 months. Hanahan pops that one up in foul ground. Bard calls for it, makes the catch, 2 outs. Time now for our Kia minor league report for game 2 of this doubleheader. And we feature Cord Phelps, who we saw earlier this season here in Cleveland. Probably will see him soon. Last night in a 6-4 loss, he was 1 for 5 with a solo home run. His numbers this year in Columbus, solid through 96 games. That's our Kia minor league report. Now Lou Marson, who had 3 hits last night. He takes strike 1 from Vasquez. Well, first time through, Rick, against a rookie pitcher making his debut. What are you looking for as a batter?
Well, a lot of times you're just looking from where his arm slot comes from. You know, the scouting reports are going to tell you basically what he throws. Although they will say he's not overpowering. So you just want to get a look at him and see, you know, what he throws. And to me, he throws a lot of changeups when he is even or down in the count.
Marson grounds out to Brendan Ryan. That's the end of the second inning. But the Indians on the board. Kosuke Fukudome, his first Indians home run. 1-0 Tribe.
Great clip.
Miller. Taste greatness moments will be. Top of the third, 1-0 Tribe in game 2 of this doubleheader. Nice night for a game. Temperature at 77 degrees for the first pitch. Nice gentle breeze blowing out to right center. And we'll see hitters 8, 9, and 1 for Seattle here. Josh Bard, Trayvon Robinson, and Ichiro Suzuki. Josh Bard takes ball 1 from Zach McAllister. It's 1-1 now with that foul ball. Josh Bard making his 19th start at catcher since arriving on June 29th. Team is 7-11 when he's behind the plate. Two and one now to Bard, who used to play here with the Indians. And as we talked about, Rick, a guy that's been around, but if you can catch and do a fairly decent job of it, you can find a job for a long time.
No doubt. Handle the pitchers, throw the ball a little bit. Bard is a switch hitter, but he is only 13 at-bats from the right side of the plate. This is the best part, or best side of the plate for him.
And he works the walk. All right, let's check in with Katie Witham for the first time in game 2. Hey, Katie.
Hey, guys. Well, the Indians trying to gain some ground to get into the postseason. And fans, you can register for your chance to pick up single-game tickets to the Division Series, the ALCS, and the World Series. Check out all the information online right now at Indians.com/postseason. Out, Rick.
All right, so make sure you check that out, Indians.com. Here's Trayvon Robinson. He takes strike 1. Robinson 2 for 4 in the first game today. Both those hits were doubles, had a run scored as well. Another nice young player that Eric Wedge likes. He talked about getting the guys in here that he believes he can grow with, and Robinson is one of those.
Well, this is a guy that had the game-winning hit for them, they thought,
right
in the 9th inning to give them the lead with 2 on. 3-2 pitch. Drove it into the right field corner. Drove in a pair to give them the lead.
It's down on the count 0-2 here. Fouls that one away. Zach McAllister, known as a pitcher that's aggressive in the strike zone, does induce a lot of ground balls. You'd love a double play ball right here. Now 2-2. Nice block there by Marson. Zach McAllister, just 23 years old, a native of Chillicothe, Illinois. Listed at 6'6", 230 pounds. Robinson lines that one to left. Carrera coming on, but he'll watch it bounce. And he will hold Bard to second base. So a single for Robinson, and now the Mariners with 2 on and nobody out here in the 3rd inning.
Well, just fought this ball off, flared it down the line, and it stayed fair. That ball hit down around his trademark on the bat and flares it, and there it is, right into fair territory. So good start to the 3rd for the Mariners, 1st and 2nd.
Well, let's take a look at tonight's Power 8 rankings for Ichiro Suzuki. Multi-hit games in the American League. As usual, Ichiro Suzuki in the top 5.
Yeah, normally he's up in that number 1 slot. But that guy that's in Boston with 55 has had a pretty darn good year, hasn't he?
Yes, indeed. Now that Red Sox lineup, it's almost unfair. 1 through 9, what they've got. Ball 1 to Suzuki. 1 for 3 with a couple of intentional walks in game 1. Hits that one right back up the middle. Cabrera, nice play. Nice flip. The turn not in time. But they get a runner at second base. Solid play by Asdrubal. Cabrera, just like we've seen him do all year.
Well, a lot of times he hits that ball in the hole, but this time it's up the middle, so they're at double play depth, and it works out well. A lot of times you'll see the shortstops going to their right to make plays, not their left. And he has a ways to go, but even though he does get the lead runner with the backflip, you're not going to turn it with Ichiro running. He still can get down the line pretty well.
So now Franklin Gutierrez to bat. With runners at the corners, 1 out here in the 3rd inning. Seattle looking for that equalizing run. Franklin 0 for 1 tonight. With that foul pop back in the 1st inning, the Jack Hanahan went over the railing of the dugout to pull back in and make the catch. Bard's at 3rd, Ichiro's at 1st. And a grounder to 3rd. That's a fair ball. High bounce will work out for Gutierrez as 1 run is in. Coming around 3rd is Ichiro, and Datz is going to wave him in. There'll be no throw. It'll be a 2 RBI double for Gutierrez. 2-1 Seattle.
What happened down the line? That will be a double for Gutierrez. That was a high hop and took a funny hop, and it was right down the line over for Hanahan. He got on top of that pitch. It was upstairs, and you see it, that funny hop it takes, and it's down the line. I want to see what happened after it gets down there that allows Ichiro to score. Comes in, and he just fumbled the ball. He didn't pick it up cleanly, and then missed his cutoff man, and the run scores. There's got to be an error, I would think. Yeah, okay, single and an error. I thought so.
That's the first error of the day for the Tribe going back to game 1. Now Dustin Ackley still looking for his first hit of the day. 0 for 5 in game 1, 0 for 1 thus far tonight. 1-1 the count. So Gutierrez on second in scoring position for Ackley. And he hits that one in the hole. Coming around 3rd is Gutierrez. Here's Chu's throw. Not in time. Frank can run. And he scores from second base. 3-1 now Seattle on the RBI single by Dustin Ackley.
Yeah, he's going to find the hole between first and second. A breaking ball. 79 miles per hour. And maybe not down enough, but Ackley able to pull it in the hole. And Gutierrez, as you said, can run. I don't care if Chu is out there. He got a good jump on the ball, and he's going to score and slap the plate. They want him to get down, but he scores easily. And again, you know, after the Indians score, back comes Seattle with the response runs we talked about. 8 out of the last 9 games now. Pitchers have given it right back after they've scored. The only time they didn't was yesterday in that Seattle game. But here again, they put 1 on in the bottom half of the second, 3 in the top half of the third. That takes the momentum away from you as a ball club when you get it out there as a pitcher, and they know that going out. It's my job to put a 0 on the board, get my offense right back in. And when you don't, it gives that other team the momentum now. Shifted to Seattle's dugout.
So the Mariners with 3 runs home here in the 3rd inning. And now Mike Karp will bat with 1 out and Ackley on first base. He'll swing and foul that one away after McAllister got a pep talk from Indians pitching coach Tim Belcher. Mike Karp, really a nice looking player, but he's 0 for 5 today. 0 for 1 in tonight's game. One of the things impressive about Carp, he hit 11 home runs his senior year in high school, which may not sound like a lot, but for high school it really is.
What do you play, 18 games in your high school? Uh-oh.
He cranks that one to right.
Runs. Uh-oh.
That one is way out of here. Mike Carp just misses going to the mezzanine, and Seattle now with a 5-1 lead on the 2-run home run for Mike Carp.
That one was crushed. You talk about good power. That one almost reached the mezzanine level. So that's a huge inning for Seattle, a 5-run. That ball, he challenged him. Fastball, and he was up for the challenge. He hit that ball a ton. His 7th home run, 28th and 29th RBIs. And still just 1 out.
So after 2 uneventful innings for Zach McAllister, he runs into trouble here in the 3rd as Seattle plates 5, and there's still only 1 out. Now Willie Mo Pena grounded out to short his first time up. That's 1-1 here. Now 3-1 to Willie Mo Pena.
You know, this inning all started by the walk to Josh Bard.
There's a fly ball to short center. Fukudome in, calling off Jason Donald will make the catch for the 2nd out. That last home run by Mike Carp traveled 438 feet. We also have a scoring change as well. That Gutierrez single and an error is now a double. So give Gut the double that we originally gave him.
Well, that's what I thought. He wasn't going to. He didn't have a chance at getting Gutierrez going to second base. It was the fumble coming off the wall that allowed Ichiro to score that the error was on. So glad I brought the white out.
There's Kyle Seager. He doubled. That came back in the 2nd inning, and earlier today he was 3 for 4, so he's having himself a nice day. And he's 2-0 here. So the Mariners up 5-1. All 5 runs coming here in the top of the 3rd. That was Zach McAllister's 50th pitch of the evening. Foul into the seats. 2-2 now to Kyle Seager. There's a shot to left field. Carrera, a few steps back, makes the catch. So the Mariners are retired here in the 3rd inning. But they score 5 runs and take a 5-1 lead as we head to the bottom half after this. Puppy Palooza night. 5-1 now. The Mariners lead the Indians. Mariners with 5 in the top half of the frame. These dogs, I tell you.
Well, you know, think about how many times they're at home watching the ball game. Why not bring them out to the ballpark? Give them a live look at the action. They don't have to listen to us.
No. There you go. Ezequiel Carrera, who singled and was caught stealing on a pickoff move. It's 1 for 1 tonight. 2-1 the count. He hits that one in the air to left center. Gutierrez cruising over. Makes the catch for the first out of the third inning. And for another injury update, this one on Michael Brantley. Let's send it over to Katie with him.
Well, guys, Brantley's still dealing with that right sore wrist, and it's really just not getting any better. You know, when it was initially bothering him, he was seen by the team doctor. Manny Acta told me in between games today that it was bothering Brantley so bad last night that if he got around in the batting order one last time, they were going to have to pinch him. They shut him down completely for the next couple days. He will be reevaluated on Friday, and that's when they'll decide, guys, if this is a DL situation.
Okay, Katie.
You know, he came awfully close to going on the DL before they put him back into that lineup. He was out for about 5 days. Then he gets back in there, and now he's back out again. So, boy, who knows? The way it's going, though. I mean, that DL, can you get any more guys on there?
Well, that's what the Indians have had a battle through all season long, Rick. And, I mean, how many injuries can you take to key guys and still be in contention? Grounder to short, Ryan has to hurry, but gets Cabrera by a step. 2 outs. You know, you're losing guys that are batting top 5 in your order all season long.
Yeah, it's almost like you call up the whole Columbus team and let them play here. It's just been it's a strange year like that.
Here's Shin-Soo Choo, who tripled his first time up. And he'll take strike 1. And he hits that one high to right and deep. Ichiro going back, looking up, gone. Shin-Soo Choo, his first home run tonight, his second of the day. 5-2 Mariners.
Well, he spun up a hanger right there, and it left the yard in a hurry. Second home run by the Indians. And watch this, where this ball hangs, and watch it it's right in his wheelhouse. Boom. 69 miles per hour. I mean, it was just a matter of waiting for it like Chu does. So he gives him one quick one back. Makes it a 5-2 game.
So Chu definitely feeling it today. 4 hits. 2 in the first game, and now 2 for 2 here in the second. As Carlos Santana looks at strike 1, and he's got the toughest 2 to get in the cycle, a triple and a homer. Santana walked his first time up. And it's 1-2 to the Tribe first baseman, who caught earlier today. Breaks his bat. Vasquez will make the play, and the Indians retired here in the third inning. But they add another run on another solo shot. This one by Shin-Soo Choo. It's 5-2. Here at Progressive Field as the sun sets tonight, Indians trailing the Mariners 5-2 in Game 2 of this doubleheader as the Tribe goes for the sweep. Looking for their 4th consecutive doubleheader sweep going back to last season.
Tough to win 2 games in a day.
Yes, it is. Zach McAllister will see Brendan Ryan, Josh Bard, and Trayvon Robinson. Strike 1 to Ryan. Interesting story about him, Rick. As a rookie for St. Louis, he was in New York for a game against the Mets. Well, he hailed a cab and said, "Take me to the stadium." He ended up at Yankee Stadium.
Well, that's the only stadium some cabbies know there. Not Shea.
So eventually he did make it to Shea. And he took a good ribbing from his teammates and media when he got there.
He was on time. Yeah, well, you got to say what stadium. When you say the stadium, they're taking you to Yankee Stadium.
Strike 3 called. Zach McAllister, beautiful pitch on the outside corner for his 2nd strikeout and 1st out here of the 4th. And don't forget to stick around tonight after the game for the final Browns Training Camp Daily. Andre Knott hosting with Mary Kay Cabot and Tony Grossi. We'll have on Coach Shermer for talking about his first camp as a head coach. Also, Joe Thomas will discuss his new contract. And there'll be a one-on-one with Andre and Evan Moore, who caught a couple of touchdown passes in the last preseason game. That's Browns Training Camp Daily. Final one tonight after this broadcast and the Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care post-game show. As Bard hits that one foul. 1-1 to Josh Bard, who walked to start that rally last inning in which the Mariners got 5 runs. Bard laces that one, but foul. Two and two here to Josh Bard with 1 away in the top of the 4th.
Send along our birthday wishes. Francis Taylor is turning 91 today. Happy birthday, Francis. Philip Gaudio is 70. A couple of anniversaries. Ed and Ag Medrick of Strongsville celebrating their 59th anniversary. And Roger and Yvonne Faulkner of Cleveland Heights, their 3rd anniversary. Congratulations.
2-2 to Bard. He sends that one to left. Foul. Carrera running over, but it's into the seats. Count will remain 2-2. Well, if you're Zach McAllister, Rick, you gave up those 5 in the 3rd inning. How do you kind of get it back down to an even keel here?
He came right back out. He's working quickly, staying aggressive, and he's trying to throw strikes. Remember, that inning got started with a walk to Bard. Then you got a base hit, and he was out of the stretch. And he struggled. So stay in that windup, pound that strike zone, make them hit their way on. Right now for him, they came right back and they scored a quick run for you. So it made it 5-2. So now go right back out there, get your offense back in. Breaking ball, it just misses low.
Back up the middle and through to center field, a base hit for Josh Bard. So he's reached base twice. First time with the walk, this time with a single with 1 out in the 4th.
Well, it's a triple play when the Indians host the Kansas City Royals. That'll be Friday night. First game starting 7:05. It's Sugardale Dollar Dog Night, as well as half-price student ID night, and also post-game fireworks set to your favorite country songs. Get your tickets at Indians.com. You can call 216-420-HITS.
Trayvon Robinson, the batter. He singled his first time up. It's cut down at second base on a fielder's choice. A nice play by Asdrubal Cabrera to Jason Donald.
Down in St. Petersburg tonight, Tigers taking on the Rays. David Price on the hill for Tampa, and they're scoreless in the bottom of the second. Fly ball to left, hit pretty well. Carrera going back on the track at the wall, a leap, and he couldn't catch it. Comes up firing it in, and that'll be a double for Robinson as Bard stops at third. And the Mariners once again in business here in the fourth inning.
Boy, has that ball been carrying that way today? There were a couple balls hit that way this afternoon, and I didn't realize that this guy can drive the ball to left center or left field like he does. Let's see where the pitch is at. Ball up, out over the plate, and I mean, this is like Fenway Park here this afternoon. Going up, and it went off the glove, it looks like, of Carrera. Take another look. He gets back there? No, it never did. It hit off the top of the wall. I thought it hit his glove. It did not. It goes off the wall. It'll go as a double. So now they're going to walk Ichiro intentionally. They'll have the bases loaded now and just one out.
Ichiro 0 for 1 tonight. Reached on a fielder's choice in the third when he scored a run. This will be his third intentional walk of the day. He was intentionally passed twice in game one. So this will load the bases with one out for Franklin Gutierrez, who doubled. Got 2 ribbies. And eventually scored a run in the third inning.
Well, the second time through this lineup, they have handled Zach McAllister. They are 5 for 9. A couple of doubles, a homer. They have hit him, and he walked Bard to start that everything. So they have roughed him up. And they have a chance to add to this 5-2 lead.
And the Indians getting some action in the bullpen. McAllister just trying to hold the Mariners right here at a 3-run lead. Gutierrez laces that one foul. Hit a seat. Ricochets back onto the field. And Frank Herman is the tribesman getting loose. There he is. In the dirt, Arson with the block. Mariners with 5 in the third, now trying to get more here in the fourth inning. They lead at 5-2. And Gutierrez base hit to left. 1 run is in. And they'll hold Robinson at third base as Bard scores 6-2 Seattle. And the bases remain loaded with 1 out.
Yeah, they got to think about getting him out of here really soon because he just hung a breaking ball. And from that stretch, he is not doing anything positive out there. Look they want that breaking ball down. Oh, my goodness, that stays belled high. He's lucky he was just hit for a single. And they move up a base, but they tack on 1 more run. It's 6-2 now, Seattle. And here comes Tim Belcher. I just don't think that Herman out there is ready yet. So this is definitely going to be his last hitter. Seattle with already 8 hits now. And they have hit the ball hard in this ball game.
Now, the first 2 innings tonight, Rick, Zach McAllister threw 21 pitches combined. Since then, in the third and now into the fourth inning, he has thrown 52 pitches. So that tells you what kind of trouble he's been in here. 73 now for the night. So the base is still loaded. 1 out for Dustin Ackley. He singled and scored back in the third. He's 1 for 2 here tonight. Here's a look at the base runners.
Strike one from McAllister.
Well, if you can keep this in control here, I mean, you don't want to let it get out of hand. It can very easily get out of hand right now, but it's a 4-run lead. You got to minimize it at the most. Give up one more and get out of it, or get yourself a ground ball double play. But he has been up in the zone, and you can't pitch up there at this level.
1-1 to Ackley. Good off-speed pitch there. 1-2 now. Ackley, a ground ball. Donald can't make the play. Gets by him into right field. That'll score one. It'll score two as Chu throws to third. Make it an 8-2 game as Ackley gets the ball to right field. And we'll see how that one is scored.
That's got to be a base hit. Yeah, that's a base hit. Let's look at the location again on the Time Warner Cable pitch tracker. Up, up, up. You can't pitch at this level upstairs. You are going to be, I mean, even ground balls, it gives you a top spin to get it through. Whether it's going to left field to pulling it to right field, and that's going to be a short night for Zach McAllister. Manny Acta comes out, and they are going to get into the bullpen early again tonight.
So McAllister surrenders 8 runs. The 2 aboard are still his responsibility as he exits here in the 4th inning. And the call to the bullpen is brought to you by Verizon 4G LTE. Rule the air on the most advanced 4G network in the world. More about Frank Herrmann after this break. th appearance of the season for Herrmann. How good has Seattle been here in Game 2 hitting-wise? Well, in the clutch, they're 7 for 9 with runners on base, 4 for 6 with runners in scoring position, and 2 for 2 with the bases loaded.
Well, they certainly had their hitting shoes on in game number 2.
So now Mike Karp, who hit a home run off Zach McAllister his last time up, 438
he hit a bomb.
feet. Yeah.
A bomb.
Just missing the mezzanine in right field. That's one right in front of home plate. Herrmann throws to first, gets Karp, and Gutierrez had a hold at third.
Can you believe that guy, the same guy, hit both those balls? The last one 438 feet. This one about maybe
what a difference.
38 inches. Right out in front of the plate.
Nice play by Herrmann. Ackley does advance to second, so now the runners at second and third here. 2 outs for Willie Mo Pena. Mariners with 5 in the third inning, 3 home here in the fourth. It's ball 1 to Pena, who's 0 for 2 tonight. And these guys are coming to the plate for the third time, and it's only the fourth inning. You know, they probably have gotten some runs across. Two and 0 here. Runners at second and third with 2 outs. Frank Herman trying to get out of it without any further damage.
Well, he had a good pitch to hit right there. That's a big, strong man. He wanted to know if it was a strike. He was looking for the fastball and fouled it off. As we talked about in game 1, when you get up to this big league level and you get your pitch you want, you don't want to foul it off. He did right there.
Now 3-1 to Pena, who came up from AAA Tacoma when Justin Smoke was placed on the disabled list 10 days ago. First base is open. Kyle Seager on deck. And now the count runs full. Baltimore and Minnesota underway tonight at Target Field. Scoreless in the first inning there. And last check we had on Detroit and Tampa Bay. Scoreless. They're now in the third inning. There's a pop foul back and once again out of play. Indians and Mariners will wrap up this series tomorrow afternoon. Hernandez and Tomlin, 12:05.
I want to see a foul ball go down to where all the puppies are at Puppy Palooza and watch all the dogs go scramble for the foul ball. See who comes up with it.
See if they'll bring it to their owner then, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Pena hits that one high and deep to left center. Fukudome going back at the track, leaps and dropped the ball. 2 runs will score, and Pena checks in at second base. I don't know if he had to jump for that.
No, he didn't. I think I agree. I don't think he had to jump for that, and that's what happened. When he got there, he was expecting to hit the wall and just never got to the wall, and the ball comes out of his glove. Let's take a look at it. He's breaking back, getting back on the warning track. He jumps. Oh, he had plenty of room. That's just a byproduct of not knowing where you're at, and it's not your home ballpark, even though it is. He hasn't been here enough and played center field in this ballpark, but he just flat out drops it. That ball is definitely catchable. It gets out of his glove. But 2 more a score. It's 10-2.
And that'll go as a double.
No, that goes as an error.
They just put it up. Error.
You got to wait here now. I told you. No, there's no RBIs, but 2 runs score. That's E on Fukudome. And I agree with that. That's the right call.
Yep. So both those runs are unearned. And now an 8-run lead for the Mariners. They've scored 5 in the third and 5 here in the fourth. Kyle Seager 1 for 2 with a double. He's hit the ball hard twice tonight, but he grounds this one to second. Jason Donald will make the play, and the inning comes to an end. But the Mariners put 5 more on the board as they send 9 batters to the plate. 10-2 Seattle. 2 here to Seattle. Game 2 of this doubleheader. Indians a winner in Game 1 earlier today, 7-5 on a walk-off 3-run blast by Shin-Soo Choo in the 9th. And it is Puppy Palooza tonight. Over there and right there they are where you want that foul ball hit, Rick. See who retrieves it.
I do. I would love to see it. See those all the dogs go scrambling.
Shelley Duncan, the batter, flew out to center field his first time up. He'll be followed by Fukudome and Donald here in the bottom of the 4th. Hitters 5, 6, and 7. Anthony Vasquez, the Seattle lefty, making his major league debut tonight. He's given up 2 runs on 4 hits. He's thrown 48 pitches here into the 4th inning.
3 of the 4 hits, extra base hits. And this guy is a guy that he has to pitch on the edges. He, nibble. It's tough. He's made some mistakes middle of the plate. Chu's hurt him. He hit a triple, although that triple that Chu hit was a byproduct of Franklin Gutierrez going after it. A ball he shouldn't have. He should have given him just the single, but he went for it. Turned into a triple.
Three and 1 now to Shelley Duncan. And he swings and lines that one fair down the left field line. It'll go to the corner. Duncan around first on his way to second. Here's the throw. It's not in time. Duncan with the double to lead off the 4th.
There's another mistake he leaves up, and Duncan able to stay back. Gets it inside the line. Another extra base hit now. The Indians had 7 doubles in game number 1 this afternoon. Their first one tonight, but a start to the bottom half of the 4th.
Now Fukudome has been on fire today. 3 hits in game 1 and a home run in his only at bat here tonight in the nightcap. And the scoreboard update brought to you by your Northern Ohio Ford dealers and the all-new 2012 Ford Focus. Ford, drive one. One and 1 here to Kosuke Fukudome. Duncan on second with nobody out. That went into the seats. Fukudome has the average up to 281 now as a tribesman. Just got a piece of that one. Now, we've talked about it. Fukudome is able to foul off a lot of good pitches and stay alive there in the batter's box. That one hit down the left field line, but foul.
Well, with this guy, he's not going to blow you away. That's why I said you can sit back and try to get jammed off of him sometimes. He's been up in the zone. He will leave you. You'll get something to hit in that bat. Just don't try and do too much with it. That's why 4 of the 5 hits that they have gotten have been extra base hits. There you go. You lay off. That was a good pitch for him because he tried to get him to chase it.
Two and 2 the count. And again, Fukudome lays off, and the count goes full. Jason Donald on deck. This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat with Fukudome. Vasquez about to make his 60th overall tonight. And he hits that one fair. Making the play at first base is Karp, so Fukudome retired as Duncan moves to third. 1 out here in the 4th inning. Now Jason Donald 0 for 1 with the ground out to short. Fouls that one off. One and one now to Donald, whose dad Tom was his baseball coach at Buchanan High School in Clovis, California. Jason also was a star on the football team. He played 4 positions, including quarterback. He took his baseball scholarship to Arizona. Checks his swing there.
There you go. He's just throwing that pitch up in the zone. That's when you make him bring it down. You don't want to swing at anything upstairs with him as the fastball, because that's his pitch right there, the 72, trying to get you to get yourself out with the off-speed pitches. And if you're patient enough and you don't, as I say, try to do too much, you should be in pretty good shape. You make them work. I know it's the first time they've seen him, but they're going through it the second time now in the order. So they have a pretty good idea what he's throwing. He misses in, shows you that fastball, but he's very rarely will he throw it for a strike.
Three and two to Donald. Infield is back, so they'll concede the run with the 8-run lead. And Donald hits that one to left center. Gets down for a base hit.
Go ahead and get jammed. You see, he threw a strike there at 86. That was his fastball. Jason gets jammed with it and gets the base hit. So nicely done. And they get another run on the board. There's nothing wrong with getting jammed from a pitcher. You see, that one was inside at 86. That's his fastball. But he's still able to stay back. But you see, you keep him away from his strength, which is the off-speed pitches. And that's a base hit, and guess what? And an RBI, and you definitely take it.
So 10-3 on the RBI single by Jason Donald. Now Jack Hanahan.
Ooh,
that one high
how
and
did
tight.
He get out of the way of that one? I know how. It was only 72. You know, as a left-hander, you're concentrating on staying in there and looking down and away, and then all of a sudden he already committed to go to that ball away, and it comes up and in, and he got out because it was a changeup.
Comes right back with the change. 1-2. So the Indians have scored now in 3 consecutive innings, while Seattle has only scored in 2. The problem, 2 5s up for Seattle, 3 1s for Cleveland.
Yeah.
Nice block by Josh Bard to keep it in front of him. Indians with a run in the 2nd, 3rd, and here in the 4th inning. Seattle with 5 in the 3rd, 5 in the top half of the 4th. Hanahan staying alive. 0 for 1 with a pop foul out earlier. And he hits that one to left field. That's a base hit. Floating around second with a big turn is Donald, still taking a look, thinking now he's going to third base. Here's the throw, not in time. And down to second goes Jack Hanahan. Alert base running by Jason Donald.
Well, it was just that Robinson out in left field had to put a fork in it. He comes in, he just doesn't field it cleanly, and it fell out of his glove, and he went to pick it up, and knowing that the runners were going to stop, watch this, it forces him, misses it, misses it, misses it, and by that time they made the decision to go ahead. So instead of first and second now, you've got second and third and a base hit. You're right back in the game at 10-5, believe it or not.
So that'll go as a single and an error. Jack Hanahan with his first hit of the doubleheader. He's on second base now with Donald on third. After a conference on the mound with pitching coach Carl Willis, Lou Marson to the plate. So it's 10-3. Runners at second and third and one out. And the way this one's going tonight, Rick, this one's far from over.
Oh, there's no question. There's plenty of game left. With this kid on the mound making a start, hey, you get in there and just keep scoring. They give him an extra base.
Marson up the middle.
There's one.
Went off the glove of the pitcher. So it goes a ground out, but an RBI.
Well, the error now pays dividends. That could have been a double play ball if they kept him at first and second. They don't do it. So that goes to show you how it can change the game, man. You let teams back into it. A simple ground out gets another run. It's 10-4. And they still have one more out there at third.
That'll go 1-4-3 on the ground out. And an RBI for Lou Marson. So 2 runs home here in the fourth for the Tribe. The Seattle lead at 6 for Ezekiel Carrera with a runner at third and 2 down. Carrera 1 for 2. It's had a good series, 6 for 11. Swing and a miss there. Vasquez seems he's got a couple of different speeds, slow and slower on some of these pitches. That one popped towards third. Seager will have room and foul ground and make the catch. But the Indians do get a couple across. They make it a 10-4 game. We're heading to the 5th inning tonight at Progressive Field. United, proud to fly the Cleveland Indians. And by Panini's. Like Panini's franchise group on Facebook for your chance to win giveaways and prizes. We head to the 5th in Game 2 of the doubleheader. Gorgeous night tonight downtown. Had a gorgeous afternoon as well. And young man having a good time at the game.
He's having some fun. He better stay up a little longer because we may be here a while tonight.
We could. 10-4 here. In the 5th, Ryan, Bard, Robinson, bottom third of the order for the M's. Brendan Ryan 0 for 2 tonight. Takes a strike here. Struck out his last time up. Frank Herman came on in relief in the 4th inning of Zach McAllister. What a rough outing. Now 1-2. That one hit to right. That's down for a hit. Chu trying to cut it off. Ryan on his way to second base. Here's the throw from Chu, and it's not in time. Good throw, but Ryan beat him there for the double.
Now that's Seattle's fourth double tonight. It's a leadoff double, and you know the Indians have scored the last 3 innings, but Seattle has scored the last 2, and now they're making a comeback. Chu on his backhanded side got over there as quickly as possible. That's an automatic double. He just makes it look that much easier. Not many guys can get over, get it in quickly. 18th double of the year for Ryan.
And now Bard with the grounder to second. Donald scoops it up, throws him out. One away here in the 5th inning as Brendan Ryan will head to third base.
You know, it may not sound important here in a 10-4 ball game, but when you get that leadoff double, you get the guy over, and if you can add one more, even though you're up 6 runs, you know, you try and get that one more run.
Yep. Now we talked about the way tonight is going. Every run is going to be important. There's Trayvon Robinson. He's 2 for 2 this evening. He's 2 for 4 in the first game. Well, he's 4 for 6 on the day. Doubled his last time up. Infield is in here.
Well, yeah, the Indians have to try and cut it off. They know they're already down 6. They don't want to go down anymore. That's why I'm saying for Seattle, it really is a big run because now you just make that separation that much more. You have a big lead. You continue to add on, and you take it away from them. Like I said, it may not seem like anything now, but it does something. It demoralizes a team or an offense when they come back. Okay, put a 0 on the board, and they can't do it. Then it starts eating at you. There's that ball in the dirt where Marson's going to go down, and he didn't try to catch it, just keep it in front of him. He ends up holding on to it.
2-2 the count to Robinson. And he fists that one over the draw and an infield for a base hit. That'll score Ryan 11-4 Seattle.
Well, and they get their job done. So they move him over, and because the infield's in, they get him in. You see, right off the trademark. But with that infield being in, you see Cabrera saying, I can't believe it. Well, there's a run. It's now 11-4.
And Robinson now 3 for 3 tonight. Here's Suzuki. And he hits that one to left. Coming on, Carrera dives, doesn't catch it, keeps it in front of him, however. And it'll be a single for Ichiro Suzuki. And the 12th hit of the night for the Mariners, and we're only in the 5th inning.
Well, Ichiro goes that way, and he comes in and goes flat out. That was a tough one to get anyway because that ball was sinking. And that's the only chance. I think that ball hit the ground anyway before it went in the glove, and it didn't stay in there. Nice attempt. It falls out. It'll go as a base hit. It's runners at first and second, and 1 out.
Now Gutierrez, who has 2 hits tonight. He's 2 for 3, a double and a single. And he scored both times he reached. Ball 1 from Frank Herman, who's thrown 25 pitches now. He relieves Zach McAllister in the 4th inning. There's a high pop. Right center field, Chu and Fukudome. And it's Fukudome with the catch. Robinson's going to tag and head to third. So 2 outs with runners at the corners now.
Well, again, here's a play where you're converging here, and it's a center fielder's call. You know, either one. You knew the guy was going to tag up, but that's where Chu has to get out of the way, and these guys haven't played a lot next to each other. I didn't see him really calling for a ball. But, you know, when the guy tagging, Chu wants to take that ball, and I can understand that, too. That's just lack of playing together.
So now Dustin Ackley. He's 2 for 3 tonight. Takes a healthy cut and a foul tip there. 2 singles, 2 runs scored tonight for Ackley. Another nice block by Marson. Now, he's been tested a few times tonight, but he can make those nice plays in the dirt.
Yeah, he does a nice job of blocking the balls in the dirt.
Two and one now to Ackley. There's Robinson at third base. And Ichiro over at first. Ichiro's running. And Marson will not throw. Stolen base for Suzuki, and now the runners at second and third with 2 outs.
Well, they're not going to bother throwing through there. They're just looking for this the third out.
That one fouled back, so the count will go full to Ackley. This is the third game in a 4-game series. Seattle won last night. Indians won earlier today in game 1 of the doubleheader. Game 4 tomorrow at 12:05. Hernandez against Tomlin. No TV on that one, so come on down to Progressive Field and check out a pretty good pitching matchup. That one lined to center. Right at Fukudome, however. Moves over a step and makes the catch. But the Mariners add another run. They lead it 11-4 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Sophie loves to bark for the Indians. Go Tribe. All right, on Puppy Palooza night. Bottom of the fifth, 11-4. And Asdrubal Cabrera leads it off, hits one to right. Ichiro going back, makes the catch. One out. Now Shin-Soo Choo. We're going back to game one of the doubleheader today. His last 3 at-bats. Home run, triple, home run. 3 at-bats, 11 total bases for Shin-Soo Choo, and mix in a walk-off winner there from game one as well. 4 for 6 on the day. 2 for 2 here tonight. Now 1-1 to Choo. Anthony Vasquez on the hill, making his major league debut this evening. He's been staked to plenty of runs here, even though he's given up 4. He was the Mariners' 18th round pick in the 2009 first-year player draft. And he gets Choo to swing at that one. That's his second strikeout of the night. Choo is retired. 2 outs. Let's take a look at our recap, brought to you by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. Mike Karp with a blast here. Made it 5-1 back in the 3rd inning. Shin-Soo Choo, the blast of his own. Made it 5-2 in the bottom of the 3rd, but the Mariners come back at 5 more in the 4th. Fukudome with an error here. The Mariners add another one in the top half of the 5th, so 11-4. Seattle leads the Tribe. Trying to get some revenge for the Game 1 victory earlier today for the Indians. Santana 0 for 1 with the walk. Well, that one's 67 miles an hour. Rick.
Yeah, I mean, he's thrown some up there that have really, it's just barely breaking the speed limit.
Grounder to 3rd. Seager makes the play. 3 up, 3 down for the Tribe here in the 5th inning. We go to the 6th. Still 11-4, Seattle. To you by Miller High Life. This summer, find out how giving back bottle caps can give returning vets a piece of the high life. Go to MillerHighLife.com for details. 6th inning here at Progressive Field. Tribe trailing by 7. Frank Herman will continue on in relief. You'll see Karp, Pena, and Seager. Seattle has scored 11 runs in these last 3 innings. During that time, they are 11 for 21 at the plate with 4 extra base hits. On the first 2 innings, they were just 1 for 7. And Mike Karp had a blast to right for a homer. earlier, and this one he blasts to left, but Carrera going back and reaches up to make the catch for out number 1. Well, let's see what the first place Tigers are doing against David Price and the Rays. For that, we go back to our SDO studios and Dave Chudowski. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Al, thanks a lot. Obviously a big one here in Tampa. Bottom of 3, Ben Zobrist. That's a double. That's an RBI double. Scores a run off Brad Penny to make it 1-0. That's the score. Tampa up in the 5th. Back to you.
All right, Dave. So the Tigers trailing by a run. Indians entered play tonight 5 games out with the grounder to third there. Boy, Jack Hanahan on the run to first. The scoop. Santana, he made the play. Boy, that was pretty. Hanahan to Santana for out number 2.
Ranging far to his left. Boy, picks that ball up off the ground and on the run makes a throw. It's almost like a play you see a shortstop make. You rarely see a third baseman on the move that often and going that far to make a play.
You know, when people talk about Jack Hanahan and what he provides, he can be the type of guy that can take a run or two away defensively. So maybe his average won't be the highest, but what he can do with the glove, that can help you just as much sometimes as a guy batting 40 points higher.
This absolutely, as far as points go, you're right, because this team is built on pitching, and you have to play good defense. And this team earlier in the year when he was playing every day, they were winning a lot. You know, but you know, the whole package, you have to score to win. You got to score more than a couple of runs, and it's just been, he's been fun to watch playing third base this year for me. I never realized he was that good of a third baseman. You know, until you get to see somebody play every day or an awful lot, you don't appreciate him.
0-2 here to Seager. Now, he came as advertised as a glove man who could occasionally make some contact, but you're right. Until you see him every day and get to see every game, you just can't appreciate what he can do.
When someone tells you, he's a good glove man, that doesn't do him justice saying that. He's a terrific fielder. And I mean, with the game on the line, with the ball game on the line, he's made plays all year long. Coming in to the third base side, to his left as he just did. Any which way.
One and two here to Kyle Seager with 2 outs and nobody on in the 6th inning. And he hits that one in the hole for a base hit.
Boy, what a series he has had.
That's his 2nd hit tonight.
His,
3 earlier today.
Yes, he did. That's number 5. Well, the Tribe will take on the Royals Saturday night. Kids can enjoy pregame Kids Fun Day activities out on the Gateway Plaza. Plus, all fans will receive an Indians commemorative mug, courtesy of Progressive Insurance. Get your tickets at Indians.com.
That picture, when Lofton scored that run, that was against the Seattle team 10 years ago.
August 5th, 2001, yeah.
It was that night of that great comeback.
Yeah, you may never see another one like it in our lifetime.
Brendan Ryan hits that one foul, and that'll make its way into the seats. Ryan 1 for 3 tonight, doubled and scored a run his last time up in the 5th inning. Frank Herman just trying to throw a 0 on the board for Seattle. For the first time in 4 innings. They scored 5 in the 3rd, 5 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. Indians with single runs in the 2nd and 3rd, scored 2 in the 4th. Swings through that one. One and two now to Brendan Ryan. There's Seager at first base with 2 outs. And a swing and a miss. Frank Herman records his first strikeout tonight, and the Mariners retired without scoring a run here in the 6th inning. They get a hit, they leave one. Still 11-4 Mariners. Fans having a good time for a gorgeous night for a game here tonight. And Anthony Vasquez making his major league debut this evening. He's throwing 85 pitches as he enters the 6th inning here, and you may be wondering how much more does he have. Well, in 8 AAA starts this year, in July and August, he went over 100 pitches 6 times. He threw 114 as his high back on July 5th, so he still could have a little ways to go yet.
Well, he's definitely been helped by 11 runs on that board and 13 hits by his teammates, and that always makes, anytime you start that first start in the big leagues, that's how you want to make it. Give me some run support, boys.
Shelley Duncan, the batter here. He doubled and scored a run his last time up. He's 1 for 2 tonight. We'll see Duncan, Fukudome, and Donald. Hitters 5, 6, and 7 for manager Manny Acta. Duncan did not go, says first base umpire Bill Miller. Two and one now to Shelley Duncan. And ball 4.
Well, if you are interested in playing a lot of baseball and having a lot of fun and having a lifetime of memories, you may want to try the Cleveland Indians Fantasy Camp out in Goodyear, Arizona, which will take place January 14th through the 21st. You get to meet some of your favorite Indians of all time. You play a lot of baseball, and you get some great memories. Check it out on Indians.com, or you can call 216-420-HITS.
Now Kosuke Fukudome wastes no time, swings at the first pitch and delivers a base hit to center. That'll put Indians at first and second. Nobody out here in the 6th inning. Fukudome, his second hit tonight, and his 5th of the doubleheader.
Well, the leadoff walk, and that's the start. And then you see a breaking ball on the inner part of the plate, not where you want it. And Fukudome gets enough of it to bloop it in there. That's 8 hits, his second of the afternoon. Out comes Carl Willis. They're trying to stretch him a little too much. He's given him 5 innings, and they're just biding their time right now. He's on his last string.
And Tom Wilhelmsen is getting loose in the Mariners bullpen. Indians bullpen also with some stirring. So we're going to see some pitchers here tonight, one would think, for both sides. Indians already with Herman in the game.
Carl's trying to keep it light for the kid. I mean, he's looking at him. You know, he realized he's got a pretty good lead, and he's just trying to keep it light because, you know, his pitches are now numbered till that bullpen gets ready.
So Vasquez in his major league debut here tonight, trying to see if he can get through the 6th. He was 9-10 combined at AA and AAA this year with a 3.57 ERA. He's given up 4 runs tonight, and now he faces Jason Donald, and it's ball 1 to the Tribe second baseman. Donald 1 for 2 tonight, singled and scored in the 4th inning. Now 2-0. Donald has hit lefties well this year, including tonight's game now, 7 of 19 versus left-handers. Made him throw a strike, 2-1. Donald hits that one foul near the seats. Carp has a chance, and he will make the catch.
Yes, he did. Boy, that fan was over there, and that was in the seats. He went after it, and I think he gave way, and Carp makes the play for out number 1. Boy, as the hitter, you're saying, please get out of here. The police officer takes his stool and runs away from the play, from the action. Carp goes in. Watch the guy reach for it and then reach back. See, he knew. See him pull his hands back. Oh, boy.
So a big out for Vasquez here in the 6th. 1 away now with runners at first and second for Jack Hanahan. He singled his last time up. Swings and misses there. Strike 2. Now, a couple of times tonight, Vasquez has been in trouble, but he's minimized the damage. There's a shot up the middle. Base hit for Jack Hanahan. Duncan around third. They'll wave him. Here's the throw from Gutierrez. It's up the line. Duncan slides home safely. 11-5. Tribe down by 6.
He hangs another. It looked to me like it was a changeup. And Eric Wedge has seen enough. The young man is his day is coming to an end. Got ahead of Hanahan early and then hangs him a changeup. And left it upstairs, and Jack goes right back up the middle. So back come the Indians. They score a run. It's 11-5. The young man, his day is over. Anthony Vasquez, 5 1/3 innings.
So Vasquez night over. New pitcher coming in for Seattle. More on him in just a bit. It's 11-5. Bottom of the 6th inning. We'll tell you about Wilhelmsen when we return. for Seattle.
Tom Wilhelmsen is on the mound now, trying to get out of this inning. Just one out. Indians still with runners at first and second. So you close the book on Vasquez as far as the innings pitched. 5 1/3, 9 hits. He walked 2, struck out 2, gave up a couple of home runs. Still responsible for the guys on. 5 runs to this point.
Lou Marson 0 for 2 tonight. And it hit him.
Oh boy, they're opening the door right now. Keep it going. Bases loaded, just one out, and he comes in and hits the leadoff hitter.
So not exactly what Eric Wedge had in mind, and now they're loaded for Ezekiel Carrera.
Right on the hip.
This Indians team never say die. It's 11-5 here in the 6th inning. Bases loaded, 1 out. Ezekiel Carrera 1 for 3 tonight. Strike 1 on the outside corner. Carrera has never seen Wilhelmsen.
Well, you got to be patient with this guy because his first pitch hit somebody. He looks like he could get a little wild as well. Force him to get down and get in the strike zone.
Bases loaded, 1 out. That is a foul ball outside the bag at first. And now the count 1-2 to the Indians' leadoff hitter tonight, Ezekiel Carrera. Joining us late, Michael Brantley is going to be out for at least a couple more days with that injured wrist. He'll make a further evaluation on Friday as to whether or not he will stay active or go on the DL. In the dirt, nice block, Josh Bard. 2-2 now to Carrera. There's Brantley. He really developed some nice consistency this year for the Tribe at the plate. The injury bug's gotten him here in August. Crowd comes to life. Carrera with the bases loaded, 1 out and a 2-2 count. Now he hits that one towards third. It's foul. Hey, nice play by Smitty there.
Well, Smitty's on his toes right now. You have bases loaded. He's got some action rolling around his area. He's looking at everything saying, let's go, boys. We get a base hit here, and we're on a roll. It's only the 6th inning now. Long way to go.
And again, Carrera stays alive as he wastes that pitch. It's 97 on the radar gun.
Oof. Little difference of speed from the last guy, huh? The starter, Vasquez.
Again, the 2-2 upcoming. Outside, good eye by Carrera. The count is full. With the bases loaded and 1 out.
Well, we have an action pitch. He just misses the outside edge, and that ball was away. Bard trying to frame it. Oh, boy. Crowd getting into it now. They sense something. Down 6, bases loaded, 1 out.
And Carrera
Nice
stays
swing.
alive.
Straight back. He was right on that pitch.
Now the Indians have had some amazing comebacks this year at Progressive Field. They hope they're on their way to another one here tonight. This will be the 9th pitch of this at bat.
Carrera helped him out.
stays alive.
Well, he's up there with 2 strikes trying to stay alive. He helped him out. That was probably ball 4. Just like the pitch he took on that 2-2 pitch to make it 3-2. Watch, he reaches, but he doesn't want to get rung up. You see, that pitch was sinking down and away. Definitely ball 4. But as a hitter, you don't want to get rung up, so you're thinking, okay, contact. A lot of times that's where pitchers have advantage over young hitters. He's just trying to put the ball in play and make something happen.
A battle between these two. Carrera to left center. That one will drop. 1 run is in. That's all. We'll take it. The 11-6. Bases remain loaded. 1 out. Big at bat. Key at bat for Ezekiel Carrera.
Yes, it was. That was a pretty darn good at bat, is right. Fukudome comes in to score, and he just serves it out in the left field. Nicely done. Keep that train moving. I mean, you get something. See, that one was elevated a little bit. It wasn't a way where he was really trying to expand it. He threw him a strike. It was up in the air. And Hanahan's going to have to hold at third base 1 base at a time when you're down so many. Now you're down 5. Still just 1 out.
And Asdrubal Cabrera, who's due 0 for 5 in game 1, 0 for 3 here tonight in game 2. And he takes a strike from Wilhelmsen. Cabrera's batted against him twice before. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts in his career against him. But perhaps a big moment here for Cabrera. To scat a piece, and now quickly it's 0-2 to the Tribe shortstop. Bases loaded with 1 out. But an 0-2 count on Asdrubal. And a swing and a miss. So Wilhelmsen, for the 3rd time that he's seen Asdrubal Cabrera in his career, strikes him out.
Well, he went at him. He's got a good fastball, and that's exactly what he went at him with. Let's check it out. Time Warner Cable pitch tracker, 97, down, away. Comes up empty. Good location. And gets out number 2. That's a big out. And this one would even be bigger if you're the Seattle Mariners. Chu trying to keep it rolling, who's had a nice day today.
2 home runs in the doubleheader. Tonight in the nightcap, a triple and a homer. He's 2 for 3. First pitch, a grounder to second. And the Mariners will get out of it without further damage. But the Indians put 2 more on the board here in the 6th. It's 11-6 as we head to the 7th on STO.
we will wrap up this series with the Seattle. And we are going to have lunch in 3 innings out here for you. $15 gets you in the door and $10 food voucher to spend. Also, we will be filling the house for charity. $1 from every ticket will go to support Coats for Kids. Get on out here, support the tribe, support the kids, and a worthy cause. Out, Rick, back up to you guys.
All right, Katie, great value, too, there. That's tomorrow. See Tomlin against Felix Hernandez at 12:05 and sneak away for lunch in 3 innings or stay for the entire game if you like. New pitcher on the mound for the Tribe. It's right-hander Chad Durbin.
Well, if I come tomorrow, I'm coming for the whole game. I'm not sneaking out after 3.
I don't blame you.
Durbin on for the 44th time. 2-2 record, 62 hits in his 51 innings and 42 punch-outs. So now it's an easy case. You got to put zeros on the board and hope that offense can come back. They've scored in 4 of the 6 innings the Indians have. It's just it's tough to answer 2 5 spots, one in the 3rd and one in the 4th. I don't care who you are. Tough to do.
A lot of offense tonight. 11 runs on 13 hits for Seattle, 6 runs on 10 hits for the Tribe. And Josh Bard takes a look at ball 1. We'll see Bard, Robinson, and Suzuki here in the 7th inning. Bard 1 for 2 with a walk, a single, and 2 runs scored tonight. Now 2-0 from Chad Durbin. Bard swings and pops that one foul straight back. It's out of play. Bard has faced Durbin once in his career. He doubled off him. Well, one official at bat. He also has a walk. Now 3-1. Up the middle, Durbin sticks the glove out, makes the ground ball fielding play and throws him out. Time now for our Miller Taste Greatness moment of the day. We go back to this date in history in 2002. And is it indeed Josh Bard? But this time for the Indians, the walk-off against the Mariners.
How about that? 2002 Josh Bard. There you go. Walk-off.
So Bard a winner for the Indians 9 years ago. Our Miller Taste Greatness moment. Now Trayvon Robinson with 1 away here in the 7th inning. And he's been a pest tonight here in the 2nd game. 3 for 3. Couple of singles and a double with the run scored. He hits it back up the middle. Durbin doesn't know where it's at. Recovers. And not in time.
Another knock.
And Robinson 4 for 4 now.
See, I didn't know where that ball was either. I thought that was the rosin bag sitting out there, but it was the baseball. Durbin knocks it down. Now watch it. It lands right in front of him. Goes off the heel of his glove. He thought he popped it up in the air. He's looking in every direction but the right one. Finally gets to it. By the time he throws it, infield single. So another knock. He is 4 for 4. He's had a good afternoon.
He sure has.
And evening.
2 for 4 in game 1, 4 for 4 in game 2. I guess you'll take it.
Oh, my goodness. That's a terrific day. 14 hits now for the Mariners.
Now, if you look at the last 6 games for the Tribe, Rick, including tonight, all season long it's been pitching. Well, pitching has struggled in the last 6.
Yeah, absolutely. The starting pitching has really struggled. And I know 3 of those games.
Huff on Saturday, Jimenez on Sunday. Tomlin pitched all right last Friday. Ichiro with the ground ball in the hole, past to diving Jason Donald. Robinson will hold at second base, but now the Mariners with 2 on and 1 out here in the 7th inning. Time now for the answer to our AT&T trivia question tonight. Since World War II, there have been 2 players who've won an American League batting title while playing for a last-place team. Name them. I think I have these.
Go ahead, big man.
Edgar and Ichiro.
Edgar and Ichiro. Wow, really good.
So I'm 1 for 2. I didn't get the first one.
Well, no, you're 2 for 2. You got 2 of them there.
That's a good point. 2 for 2 tonight.
Right. Forget that. That first game's over.
Over and done. So 1 out now for Franklin Gutierrez with a couple aboard. 11-6 Seattle. They led it at 1 point, 10-2. They led it 11-4. The Indians are not going away.
Neither is Seattle.
No,
they're
it's true.
I mean, they're
keep going.
They're adding on. I mean, they're not stopping either.
And down at the Trop, it is still 1-0 in favor of Tampa Bay over Detroit as Gutierrez singles to center field. That'll load the bases now with 1 out here in the 7th inning. The Mariners just keep hitting. That's their 16th base hit tonight.
They're 3 straight hits off Durbin. Goot, another base hit. Slider out there. He has 3 hits. Who doesn't have 3 hits in this game? Well, Ackley with 2. Robinson with 4. Seager with 2. The only one without a hit, let's put it this way, is Pena.
Yep.
On the club. Other than that, they've had a party.
Ackley swings and misses. Boy, every inning since the 3rd on, Seattle, it seems, has had the bases loaded at some point.
This in the last about 9 games, it's been response runs to the Indians. I know I'm talking so much about it, but anytime you score, you've got to put zeros up. They're not doing it. They haven't done it in this game. They haven't done it in the last 9 games. 52 runs they've given up total, and 25 of them have been answering after they got on the board, and that's not good. And they've got 3 more out there now that they can add to that total.
Durbin ahead of Dustin Ackley here, 0-2. Well, he'd love to get the strikeout with the bases loaded and 1 down. Close, but inside. 2-2 now to Ackley.
He's going to try and run one in there. Ooh, a pretty good pitch. He jumps out of the way. Must have been inside.
A foul tip. Ackley stays alive. There's Mike Karp. He would be next. Again, the 2-2 coming to Ackley. And there's strike 3.
He got that one. No, he didn't get the first one, but he goes back in there and he gets that one. That's Chad Durbin. You know, he may not have gotten the first one, but with a veteran umpire, let's see, he goes right back in there. That one comes back. That's a good pitch. See, we didn't have that angle on the last one, but that's right on the inside corner, and he gets the call. So a chance to get out of it now for Durbin.
They'll face Mike Karp with the bases loaded. Karp just 1 for 4 tonight. However, his one hit is a 438-foot home run. That one inside.
This kid now with his 7 home runs. He's homered, 6 of them in the last 9 games or 10 games? He's been on a roll. That's how long balls usually come. They come in bunches.
And 2-0 to Karp. No place to put him, so Durbin's got to come into him now. Karp fouled that one away. Robinson at third base for Seattle. Ichiro on at second. The former Indian Franklin Gutierrez at first. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Now 3-1 to Mike Karp. Durbin, the third Indians pitcher of the night. In relief of Frank Herman. Swing and a miss.
Well, he went right at him. He had a good pitch to hit. He comes up empty. Chad just says, here you go, pal. Okay, this is all coming down to it. We'll see what he throws him here. Full count, bases loaded, nowhere to put him. Needs an out.
Strike 3 called. Chad Durbin paints the inside corner. Mike Karp in disagreement, but he's a strikeout victim for the second time tonight. 5th for Indians pitching. They get out of it. Time now for the Cleveland Clinic's 7th inning stretch. Indians fans, it's time for you to get up and move it. Furniture, home of Sealy's Posturepedic mattress, made right here in Northeast Ohio. And by your Northern Ohio Hyundai dealers, it's time to join the Hyundai movement. Bottom of the 7th inning at Progressive Field. Gorgeous night in downtown Cleveland. Puppy Palooza night. The Dogs still here, hoping for a comeback for the Tribe. It was down 11-2, or rather 10-2, and 11-4. Now it's 11-6. With Santana, Duncan, and Fukudome due up here in the 7th. Against Wilhelmsen as Santana swings and misses for strike 1. Outside corner, strike 2. Santana stays alive. And down in St. Petersburg, Detroit now has scored a couple of runs, so they lead Tampa in the 7th inning now 2-1. Baltimore leads Minnesota 7-1. They're in the 5th inning there. And Santana swings and misses. 4th strikeout of the night for Seattle pitching, and the first for Wilhelmsen. 1 out here in the 7th. And like Panini's franchise group on Facebook, you'll get a chance to win giveaways and prizes. So make sure you check them out as you check it out from our Panini Cam high atop Progressive Field. Looking in at Game 2 of the doubleheader. Indians a winner in Game 1. 7-5. Had a little bit of everything in that one. A Chu walk-off winner in the 9th. Earlier, we had the aftershocks of an earthquake. We felt it here in the press box when we started to move. And that lasted for about 45 seconds or so. We've learned now that the epicenter was in Virginia. It was felt from Maine to Chicago, according to the Associated Press.
Well, it was certainly felt here at Progressive Field in Cleveland.
And Duncan fouls that one back. Boy, when that happened, too, it was scary. It's not that it was a big shake, but enough to everybody's looking around going, well, is this going to end, and what is it?
Some people knew what it was to begin with.
Yeah, some of our friends
that
from
have
the
been
coast.
in it, yeah.
Now 1-2 as Duncan files that one into the mezzanine. Shelley tonight, 1 for 2 with a double, a walk, and 2 runs scored. Trying to get something started with 1 out here in the 7th inning. Tribe down by 5. And Duncan stays alive. Kosuke Fukudome is on deck. And Duncan slashes that one to left. That one down the line fair. It'll go to the wall. Duncan around first. He'll go to second base. No throw from Robinson. Stand-up double for Shelley Duncan, his second of the night. And he's aboard with 1 out here in the 7th.
He put a good swing on a breaking ball right here and drove it to left field down the line like he did the first time he hit his double. Boy, there's a good breaking ball that he stays back on nicely. So the 11th hit for the Tribe. But unfortunately, they have 6 on the board, and they're still down 5. So a lot of work to do.
Now Kosuke Fukudome, who had 3 hits in the first game, and he has 2 thus far tonight.
Balk.
And, yep, they called a balk.
Yeah, he started and watch his hand. They did call a balk. And it was Tom Hellion, the veteran. You watch his hand move, and it stopped. All of a sudden, it was a little flinch, and if you're not paying attention to him, you wouldn't even see it. Watch the flinch. Watch his hand. See it? He started, and so it sort of stopped. I mean, it doesn't look like much if you're sitting at home thinking, now, wait a minute, he didn't move. Yes, he did.
Yeah. And you're right. He didn't argue at all. I mean, he didn't even,
there's nothing you can do. I
mean,
he looked in there. He was getting a sign, but there was a movement where he wanted to start, and he sort of hesitated.
There's a strike. Well, we learned when Tony Sipp did it in San Francisco and balked in the only run of the game that slightest movement is still a balk.
Yes, it is.
0-1 now to Fukudome.
Tell you, this guy's starting to get command of his little breaking ball, and then you certainly look for that, and then that 96 is by you before you know it.
Fukudome wants time. Hit his first home run as a Tribesman back in the 2nd inning. But he's down 0-2 here. But stays alive. "11 runs on 16 hits for the Mariners, 6 runs on 11 hits for the Tribe. Indians, though, have committed 2 errors tonight. Mariners with 1. Fukudome has wasted some pitches here in this current series. There's Duncan at third with 1 out. Fukudome held up. I'll check, but Chris Conroy says he did not go. Now, Rick, you talked about it. It's only the 7th inning. You're down by 5. If you can get this run home by third.
Any way, shape, or form, when you're down, you just have to take advantage and you have to score every opportunity. They had a prime opportunity last inning when they had 2 runs in. They had bases loaded and 1 out. But this guy was able to get Cabrera on the strikeout and shoot a ground out on the first pitch, and that really stopped a lot of the momentum. So add on this one right here, get a base hit, and get it going again.
And a called strike against Fukudome for strike 3, who is in disagreement. Second strikeout for Wilhelmsen. Fifth strikeout for Seattle pitching. Let's look at it.
Well, that might have got a little help there. That one looked a little low to me and away. Well, it went by on that angle upstairs, but Fukudome didn't like it.
Yeah, and he's showing a pretty good eye. You would think that he would get the benefit. But now there are two away with Duncan still at third and Donald checking on a pitch outside for ball one. Jason tonight 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored in the fourth. Swings and misses there. Donald batting just 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position this season. He fouls that one off into the stands. So 1-2 now to Jason Donald. Wilhelmsen trying to strike out the side.
Come back with that breaking ball.
And he did it. Caught Donald looking. Good breaking pitch there. Wilhelmsen does indeed strike out the side. Duncan dies at third. We go to the eighth. 11-6 Seattle. Trailing the Mariners, though, in game 2 of the doubleheader, 11-6. As we go to the top of the eighth inning, Chad Durbin remains in. You'll see Willie Mo Pena, Kyle Seager, and Brendan Ryan for Seattle. Hitters 5, 6, and 7.
Well, this is the only guy that has not joined the hit parade today for the Mariners. He did hit a ball deep to center field back in the fourth inning that Fukudome jumped for before the wall, and he dropped it. He didn't know where he was on the field.
And he's 0 for 5 tonight. Hanahan's throw pulled Santana off the bag, but he tags the runner. So Pena 0 for 5, 1 out. Let's take a look at tonight's box score, brought to you by Northern Ohio Hyundai dealers, introducing the Hyundai Assurance Trade-in Value Guarantee. A lot of crooked numbers for hits tonight, Rick, for the Seattle Mariners.
Well, yeah, there's some guys having some terrific days. A lot of hits.
Yeah, Robinson 4 for 4.
Totals up to 16.
1 out for Kyle Seager. He has 2 of them, 2 for 4 tonight. He's hit the ball hard, though, all 4 times at the plate. Two and 0 from Chad Durbin. Don't forget, stay tuned after the game for the Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care post-game show. Seager hits this one high and deep to right field. Chu going back at the wall, and it's gone. Kyle Seager with the solo home run.
I'll tell you what, Seager has had some kind of day. That's 6 hits now. 3 in each game. His second home run. He's had a couple of doubles. And I mean, this ball just jumps off his bat here. Let's look at the pitch. He tried to go with that fastball, and that was like a straight 4-seamer. And he didn't get it inside, and it speeds up his bat. And Seager, boy, there it is, just into the first row, but makes it a 12-6 ball game. The Mariners, the most they have scored this year in any one game has been 13 runs, so they're 1 away from that.
Well, their 17 hits tonight equal a season high, and they did July 27th against New York.
I was just looking at that one, too. Of course, it's tough to beat Teflon Tom to the punch.
You ran it down here.
I know.
Oh, and 2 now to Brendan Ryan. He's 1 for 4 tonight with a double and a run scored. Again, join us afterwards for the Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care postgame show. Then the final Browns training camp daily. Following that, Chuck Coletti, Chuck's last call. So plenty still to come tonight on STO. So 12-6 now. Mariners back up by a half dozen. And a foul tip, and Marson held on. Brendan Ryan standing around there, but that's strike 3. Let's take a look at it again, Rick. I think he caught it.
Yeah, he did. He got the glove down there and backhanded it. Sure did.
No, Ryan didn't think so, but he's the 3rd strikeout victim for Chad Durbin. 6th overall tonight for Indians pitching. 2 outs for Josh Bard. Bard 1 for 3 tonight. A walk, a single, a couple of runs scored. Seattle trying to take the lead in this 4-game series. 2-1 if they can win this one tonight. Split the doubleheader. Game 4 tomorrow, 12:05, no TV. So come on out to the ballpark and check it out. Felix Hernandez is on the hill for Seattle. Josh Tomlin for the Tribe.
That's a lot of baseball in 4 days.
Yes,
you know, the
is.
day-night doubleheader, and then you flip it over to a 12 o'clock game. And then Seattle, they get to go home. You know, they look forward to it because a lot of their off days are spent traveling from the West Coast. You know, you think about it, their shortest flight in their division is to Oakland. It's a 2-hour flight.
Yeah. You're out in the middle of nowhere there. 22,590 the attendance in the nightcap. It puts doubleheader attendance at 45,000 today.
Does that include the puppies?
Oh, I wonder if it does. We'll check on that. Josh Bard grounds out. Final out of the 8th inning for Seattle, but they had another run on the Kyle Seager solo shot. 12-6 Seattle. I think that dog might be bigger than her. A lot of big dogs in the house tonight for Puppy Palooza. And a new pitcher for Seattle. It's Chance Ruffin, who got his first major league win last night when he pitched a 1-2-3 8th inning. Ruffin will see Hanahan, Marson, and Carrera scheduled up here in the 8th inning. 12-6, Seattle. Jack Hanahan, couple of base hits tonight, 2 for 3. And he takes a strike.
Didn't you tell me yesterday that Eric Wedge played with this kid's dad as well as
Jamie Wright?
Jamie Wright.
Yeah, we were talking with Eric yesterday. And he said, he likes Chance Ruffin. He said it's fun. He played with his dad, Bruce, in the Rockies organization in '93. And then Jamie Wright played with him in '96. Played with Bruce Ruffin.
Man, now he's playing with his son.
Yeah.
So that goes to show you how long he's been around.
Hanahan hits that one foul. It'll work its way into the seats. Well, Chance Ruffin was acquired from Detroit as the player to be named later on August 17th in the Pfister Wells / Furbush deal from July 30th. Two and two now. And with Seattle, Ruffin's been good. 1-0, a 0 ERA. Hanahan stays alive as he fouls that one away. Lou Marson on deck. Hanahan hits it hard and through to right field past a diving Mike Karp. And the Indians have their leadoff man on here in the 8th inning.
Hanahan now with 3 hits on the night. Singled in his last 3 at-bats. Caught a breaking ball there. Pulls it in the hole. Under the glove of Karp at first base. That is 12 hits now for the Tribe. Marson to the plate.
And Hanahan had a 6-game hitting streak snapped, Rick, in the first game. He reached down a walk. But 3 hits here, so he's been hitting the ball very well lately. Hanahan now 9 for his last 22. Marson looking for his first hit of the evening. These two teams have combined for 29 hits and 18 runs tonight. 8 have been left on base by the M's, 7 for the Indians. Two and 1 now to Lou Marson with Hanahan on first. Nobody out in the 8th. Bard stops that one in the dirt. 3 and 2 now to Lou Marson as the Indians try and get a rally started here in the 8th inning. Well, Rick, the offense has looked good today. 7 runs in the first game, 6 here in the second. Ball 4 to Lou Marson. Normally, with the way the Indians have pitched this year, 6 runs would be enough.
Well, it hasn't been recently. And here you go, a start to another inning. 2 guys on. They've had their chances, it seems like, every inning. The only 1-2-3 inning that they had this evening was the 5th inning. That was Anthony Vasquez that had his only 1-2-3. Then they come back and they've had opportunities every other inning.
So now Ezekiel Carrera, who had a great at-bat his last time up. He singled with the bases loaded to drive in the Indians' 6th run. 2 for 4 overall on that pitch in the dirt for Ruffin. So 2 on, nobody out here in the 8th. The Indians try to get a rally started once again. 2-0. And now Carl Willis will head to the mound and talk to Ruffin. Hey, join Manny Acta and other celebrities for a party in the park on East 4th Street. Thursday night from 5 until 10, enjoy celebrity bowling, billiards, and a silent auction at the corner alley. With free concerts, giveaways, and more, that's on East 4th Street. Get involved, buy tickets, and check it all out at impactakids.org. Manny Acta helping out the community. And the Tribe skipper right now, hoping Ezekiel Carrera can again find a way aboard here. Help this rally continue.
A little bunt base hit would be really nice, too. They're playing back one of the few times that we've seen in this whole day that they've been back. At first, he's all the way back. At third, and what happens? You need base runners. But he's falling behind the count.
And the automatic strike at 3-0.
Okay, you can take another one here. You need the base runners.
Carrera batting .462 with runners in scoring position.
There you go. Make him throw 3. I like it.
Might as well work him as Jeff Gray gets loose. So now a full count to Carrera. And he hits that one to left field. Robinson is there. 1 out here in the 8th inning. Runners stay put, and now Asdrubal Cabrera, who's 0 for 4 in the nightcap and has uncharacteristically struggled today at the plate. He was 0 for 5 in game 1. Look at the base runners. Now 2-0 to Cabrera. So Ruffin is falling behind the batters here.
Well,
that's why you see Gray getting loose.
Certainly not the way you want to pitch, you know. You want to make these guys swing the bat, but he was able to get by the last hitter. Maybe not this one, though.
And 3-0 to Cabrera.
And that drives a manager nuts. I mean, you're out there, you've got a comfortable lead. Look at him, he's walking around it. It would drive you nuts. I mean, you have a lead, there's no reason to go out there and just not throw strikes. Look
All
at that,
4
straight pitches, unbelievable. Indians certainly take it.
So that'll load the bases for Shin-Soo Choo. 2 home runs on the day, 1 in game 1, 1 here in game 2. Boy, with the Indians and their fans here at Progressive Field, love to see a home run right here. Tribe down by 6, but a long ball could put him right back in it in a hurry.
Well, just a base hit to keep it rolling. I mean, if you get the long ball, that's a bonus. But anything to keep this inning moving, man, keep it going.
Choo checks his swing in time.
Yeah, Choo, patience right now, my friend, because in the 3rd inning, Choo caught a breaking ball and, I mean, hit this one into the seats. ended the game with a 3-run homer in game number 1 and comes back out, had to triple the home run, and hasn't done anything since. Struck out and grounded out, but patience right here. 6 straight balls.
Well, why not keep taking pitches? Like you said,
Well,
make
sure.
them throw strikes.
I mean, the pressure's on the pitcher here, even though they have a lead, because right now that strike zone is moving around. And anything you do to help him out, man, it's just going to get. And once he can get that first strike, force him to go in there. You can take a couple more. Let him walk one in. This may be his last hitter. I know Eric Wedge doesn't want to get him out of there because his bullpen, you know, he's looking for this inning and next inning too, even though it's a 6-run lead. Look at that.
That walks in a run. Another ribby for Chu, 12-7. And the second straight batter that Ruffin has walked on 4 straight pitches, and Eric Wedge says that's enough.
Oh boy, that's bad pitching. He's got to go back to his bullpen. 3 walks in the inning, and they're getting closer.
So Ruffin is out. Seattle coming with a new pitcher. Indians with the bases loaded here in the 8th. They're down by 5, but they've got a rally going. Stay tuned. They bring him on here in the 8th inning with the bases loaded. It's Jeff Gray.
Yeah, and he's got a couple big outs to get. The Indians are now down 5, but there's 3 runners on base. He was with the White Sox in Seattle. So Gray for the 24th time. Boy, Ruffin gave up a hit, a walk. He did get one out, but that's after he fell behind Carrera 3-0 and came back to get him. And then he walked Cabrera and Chu. And they're back in business. A base hit right here will really make it interesting.
Carlos Santana 0 for 3 tonight. He walked back in the first inning. Would love to deliver here. It's 12-7 Seattle. But the bases are loaded with 1 out here in the 8th inning. A run already in. And ball 1 to Carlos Santana. In tight, 2-0.
Well, it wouldn't be bad to just take a pitch from this guy and make him get in the strike zone. They are having a tough time throwing strikes.
Bases loaded. Santana swings at the 2-0 and pops it straight up. Infield fly, 2 outs. Boy, that hurts.
Well, you know what happens? He got greedy. He tried to hit that ball out of the ballpark instead of just putting a nice stroke on it. That's what I'm saying. That's where he'll learn. But, I mean, you got a chance to come back in, but watch how big and long this swing is. See, he had one thing in mind, and that's a home run, and that's why he's upset. That wasn't a nice short swing. He wanted to hit the grand slam and become a hero. But even if he hit the grand slam, you're still down one. Keep the rally going.
So now Shelley Duncan with the bases loaded and 2 out. Duncan has hit the ball very well tonight. 2 for 3 with 2 doubles. And he takes ball 1. And the Mariners pitchers keep putting Tribe hitters now in hitters counts. One and one to Duncan. Indians down by 5, but a golden opportunity here. Bases loaded and 2 outs for Duncan with a 1-1 count. And now 1-2 as Duncan fouls that one away. Larson at third, Cabrera at second, Chu at first. And Duncan breaks the bat, and that ball is caught by the third baseman. He throws to first, but the third base umpire, Chris Conroy, says indeed that Seager did make the catch. So a line out for Shelley Duncan. He hit it hard, but he's out. And the Indians done in the 8th, down by 5. Puppy Palooza night as we go to the 9th. Tony Sipp on for the Tribe.
Tony Sipp coming on now for the 58th time. He's going to face a guy that already has 4 hits tonight. 4 for 4 in the second game. Driven in 1, scored 1. Seattle tied a season high 17 hits. They're 1 away from their season high 13 runs.
So Trayvon Robinson, as Rick said, 4 for 4 tonight. In the first game of the doubleheader, he was 2 for 4. It has the average up to 327 now. Swing and a miss, so Sip ahead of Robinson quickly, 0-2. Robinson made his major league debut on August 5th against the Angels. Recalled from AAA Tacoma. He hits that one on the ground to Sip, and Tony's going to retire him for the first time tonight. 1 out in the 9th. So back to the top of the order, and Ichiro Suzuki, who's reached base 4 consecutive times now. He's 2 for 4 tonight. He reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd inning, an intentional walk in the 4th, scored both times those innings, singled in the 5th, singled in the 7th. And he fouls that one into the seats. Ichiro's name means first boy, even though he was the 2nd son born. It's named by his father.
Could his dad count?
I guess not. Swing and a miss. 0-2 on Ichiro. Didn't want to, but fouls that one off. That one up the middle.
Nice.
Nice leaping grab. Throws him out for the second one.
Indeed. He timed it beautifully. Second straight put out for Tony Sip. I mean, he gets right up and timed it. Look at, he jumps. Perfect. Nice play.
And Detroit still leads Tampa Bay 2-1 now. They're in the bottom of the 8th inning at the Trop in St. Petersburg. 2 outs here for Franklin Gutierrez. 3 hits tonight for Frank, 3 for 5. Tony Sip trying to work a 1-2-3 ninth. Looking ahead to the 9th inning, scheduled hitters for the Tribe: Fukudome, Donald, and Hanahan. Now 2-1. Indians won game 1 of this doubleheader earlier today. Shin-Soo Choo, the walk-off 3-run homer in the 9th. Hoping for some magic in the 9th. They're down by 5 here. Now 3-1. Franklin Gutierrez. Well, Rick, you look at this team, the one thing that you can say about them this year, through all the injuries and all the times they've been down, they just keep coming back at you. There's really no quit in this Indians club.
No, there never has been.
Swing and a miss to run the count full.
I mean, you have to play the hand that's dealt. you're going to have injuries, but boy, you certainly don't think you're going to have as many as they have had. I mean, Minnesota had to go through the same thing, but you continue to keep playing, and they've really hung tough for everything they've been through.
And that's ball 4. So the Mariners with a runner aboard with 2 down here in the 9th inning. And Dustin Ackley, 2 for 5, will come to the plate. Good block by Lou Marson. Indians and Mariners will finish out this series tomorrow at noon. Felix Hernandez against Josh Tomlin. And it's an off day Thursday. And then the homestand resumes this weekend when the Royals come to town. Fireworks night on Friday. Dollar Dog night. Half-price student ID night as well. There's a strike to Ackley. And our next broadcast will be Friday night as well. Tribe and Royals right here on STO.
Yeah, that was a good pitch. A late breaking slider right on the outside edge at the knees. Yeah, I like this pitch.
That's that slider. Ackley stays alive.
All right. That ball hit the stands. It ricocheted. It hit about 7 or 8 people, and it lands in a little kid's lap who brought a glove. He was shocked. Good for him.
Yeah, got a little round of applause.
There he is. Look at, he is shocked. Good for him. He brought that glove, and it ends up in his glove. Beautiful.
Now 2-2 to Dustin Ackley. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Says third base umpire Chris Conroy. And that's the final out in the 9th. As Ackley is a strikeout victim. We head to the bottom half. Indians need 5. Seven on Puppy Palooza night. The fans, for the most part, have stuck around hoping for one more late inning rally. They did it in game one, down 5-4 in the ninth. Shin-Soo Choo, a 3-run walk-off home run. Tonight will be a little bit more challenging here in the bottom half, trailing by 5. It'll be Fukudome, Donald, and Hanahan. Hitters 6, 7, and 8 in the Tribe order. Against Jeff Gray. Came in relief in the 8th. Fukudome tonight. 2 for 4 with a home run and a single. And ball 1. One and one the count. Fukudome on the day, the doubleheader. 5 hits. Jason Donald on deck. Fukudome cracks his bat, and Ackley will make this play. Fukudome retired 4-3 to start the ninth. That'll bring Jason Donald to the plate. He's 1 for 4 with a single and a run scored back in the 4th inning. Ball 1 to Donald. Don't forget to stick around for the Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care postgame show after this one. As Donald fouls that one into the seats. We'll have highlights from this Indians game, analysis, highlights from around the majors. Also hope to have Manny Acta's press conference for you as well. Following that, Browns training camp daily. Then after that, Chuck Galletti, Chuck's last call. Plenty still to come here tonight on Sports Time Ohio. As Donald pounds that one into the ground. Seager throws him out, 2 down. So it's up to Jack Hanahan now, who's 3 for 4 tonight. Jeff Gray wants a new baseball. And it's strike 1 to Jack Hanahan. One and one now to the Tribe third baseman. Another encouraging thing you can take out of game 2, Rick, is the way Jack's hit the ball tonight. 3 more hits.
Yeah, you're right. 3 straight singles for Jack.
Checks his swing there. Hanahan now 9 for his last 23. And he lines that one to left. It's a 4-hit night for Jack Hanahan. So he's aboard with 2 outs here in the 9th inning.
Well, 4 straight singles for Hanahan. How about that? I like that swing right there going the other way. Like it a lot. Ball elevated. Wasn't a bad pitch up off the plate.
So Hanahan aboard with 2 outs in the 9th for Lou Marson. 0 for 2 tonight. Hit by a pitch in the 6th inning, walked in the 8th. Swings and misses there. They're in the ninth now in St. Petersburg. It's 2-1 Detroit over Tampa. Now 1-2 to the Indians catcher. Drive down to their last strike. Marson hits that one to right field. Ichiro coming on, makes the catch, and the game is over. Final score tonight, Mariners 12, Indians 7, as the Mariners earn the split in the doubleheader after the Tribe took game one earlier 7-5. So the Indians back to 500.